Hello, this is Grandmaster Ware with Mount Tabor Grand Lodge YouTube channel once again. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I ask that you send me a message. Let me know you're listening. Also refer others to our YouTube channel. This channel is designed and purposed to aid and assist you in elevating your life, the life of your family, the life of your community. Also, don't forget our book, Masonic Maturity Through Scripture. This book will take you from out in the rain with the masses to your true purpose, God-given purpose in this life. So, but anyway, okay, let's go to work. You know, there's been a lot going on over the past couple of weeks. It's just almost been mind-blowing. I love what Lieutenant General Silveria at the Air Force Academy told his cadets. He mentioned to them that if they can't treat people decent, if they don't have the compassion and the tolerance, in summary, basically, if they can't get along with people of different ages, races, colors, education, and so forth, then they need to leave. Well, that's my opinion on America. If you can't, because America is diverse, very diverse, and if you can't treat your fellow man, be him black, white, blue, green, yellow, red, it does not matter, then you're the one that need to leave. Because this is the country we're in. Everybody's here. Nobody's going anywhere. You know, as Christians and as Masons, we are in the world, but we're not supposed to be of the world. And so me as a Master Mason in basic form believe that we should continue to promote justice, liberty, and equality. So I was taught coming in that we as Christians and as Masons are to be as ambassadors. You know, an ambassador is from a different country, stationed in a country, from another country, but basically he or she will maintain the customs and ideology and the mindset of his home country. Well, that's what we are in terms of, or we're supposed to be, in terms of being Christians and Masons. We are supposed to be ambassadors. It's been often said that some people will never see God outside of a Mason. Or when they see a Mason, then they should be seeing a representative for our Creator. You know, we revolve. People revolve. They stay in the same rut, going to and fro, to and fro. They stay with the same group, day in and day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, and they keep the same old mentality. I submit to you that we are to evolve, to elevate and become bigger, better, and new. In fact, when we are initiated into the lodge, we are considered to be reborn, symbolically. And so that's the same thing that happens when you give your life to Christ. You're supposed to be reborn. But it's amazing how many of us have gone off to the military, left an environment, went to the military, formed alliances, allegiances, and so forth with men of different ages and colors, ethnic groups, etc., 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 and just have that bond while we're in the military. But then when we get back home, then we go back to our tribal ways. You see, when and wherever masonry originated, it was at the hands of man. And I will say this, sisters, you are intimately a part of of God's creation and order of things. Therefore, you must understand what was intended, how and understand how things got off track. You should understand recognize the part you play in restoring order and decency in our lives. You see, the OES are to Masons what Masonry is to the Christian religion. And that is a handmaiden, which I'm going to go into that a little bit more in a minute. In the Middle Ages, stonemasons were a class of men who knew the value of all that God gave them. Now, make no mistake about it. In the 18th century, Masonry began to be used for tomfoolery. And unfortunately, many of us have digressed back to that right now. But it became a religion of deism. Deism is a system of belief and thought that promote natural religion based on human reason rather than revelation. It emphasizes morality and denies any intervention of the Creator. Well, we always say that Freemasonry is a moral institution established by virtuous men. Look up the word virtuous. Go to the dictionary. But it was designed with the intent of recalling and remembrance of the most sublime truth and those that are founded on liberty, brotherly love, and charity. So Masonry gives real and intrinsic excellency to man. It gives regulation to passions. It fuels thought, prayer, and will. And in Masonry, there should never be room for an ego. And ego is an acronym for edging God out. Because there is to be a constant show of our dependency, faith, and trust in God. We as speculative Masons in the 21st century, and specifically, I'm going to say in our Grand Lodge, we've chosen to not to revolve, but evolve. We want to evolve into a supportive religion of theism. Theism is the belief in the existence of one God viewed as the creator of man. That's an organized system of belief, ceremonies, and rules used to worship and follow God. So we as Masons are to take this system of theism, marry it to our Christian religion, and add faith to our thought, talk, and walk in life. Now, Masonry, we always say, is known as a handmaiden to the Christian religion. Handmaiden. Handmaiden. Handmaiden is something that is essential to the function, and it is to serve or assist. And that's what Freemasonry is to the Christian religion. It is essential to the function, it is to serve the Christian religion, and it is to assist the Christian religion. Now, we said in many videos before that the purpose of the Christian religion was to get the man or the person to, again, one day see God. So that is what Masonry is to do. As a Christian, as a Mason, you are to assist in bringing ideas to circulation, cause the human mind to grow through gradual teachings and axioms, and the promulgation of positive laws. Positive laws. Now, it can't be positive if it's intolerant. It can't be positive if it's unjust, okay? And it can't be positive if it suppresses. So Masons are supposed to promulgate positive laws, which provide the human race an opportunity to be in harmony with its destinies. Now, you're not going to do all of that if you're constantly going around in circles, if you're constantly revolving. You know, even if you go 360 degrees, you wind up right back at the same spot where you began. So it's important, it's imperative that we seek to evolve, to change positions, locations, stature. Now, it's okay to spiral, but not spiral down. You should spiral up. And in your spiraling, you also increase. Okay? And so that's the purpose of Freemasonry. We have to recognize where we are and what we've done, how we've done it. Then you have to create some adjustments in your life so that you create that upward spiral. And along the way, you are tagging, teaching, and helping, assisting your fellow man. So being a Mason is 24/7. Just like being a Christian is supposed to be 24/7. I can't go in the lodge and talk about liberty and equality and being just and caring for my fellow man in the community and then go outside the lodge and want to hurt somebody. That's not kosher. So the disciplines we are taught within the lodge and chapter are to become our norm in our everyday life. Now, most of us are on Facebook, and if you're not, hey, do it. Get on Facebook. This is a step of evolving that you can take, and it will help you. You see, we generally run, associate, and stay in our little tight-knit circles. Those little circles of influence. Constantly we're giving ideas, and they're giving us ideas, and we're receiving ideas. But those are the same people day in and day out. Again, that is a rut. You should be asking, you should be praying for strategic economic relationships. Strategic economic relationships. You want something different? Do something different. Let me give you a suggestion. Over the next week, call. It's better to hear someone speaking, but call 4 or 5 people on your friend list that you've never talked to before. Now, while out and about, meet new people. Meet 4 or 5 new people. Expand your territory. Give God something to work with. Okay? Give him something to work with, and he'll work wonders in your life. You see, you never know what you might learn. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know where those strategic economic relationships lie until you step out. So go and talk, call and talk to someone of a different age, a different group, a different race, a different occupation, and different areas, parts of the country. Because there's an economic relationship, a strategic economic relationship waiting for you to tap into it. Now, know this. When you begin to do that, you're going to develop an inner power. And when you enter a room, your light is going to start shining. The honor of your character is going to be much brighter. There are going to be people that are going to start wanting to meet you because they see the positiveness in you. And then, of course, you will begin to look for the positiveness in other people. Let me make it clear. The purpose of your masonry today is to assist society, not your neighborhood, not your race, not your church, not your tribe, but it is to assist society in separating truth from fiction. Worshippers of God from worshippers of the world. And when this is done with fervency and zeal, as taught in our Masonic lessons, peace, power, and prosperity will come to your household, it'll come to your community, it'll come to your church, and it'll come to our nation. So, try that. Let's look over the next couple of weeks for strategic economic relationships in identifying, speaking to, meeting, and holding conversations with someone that is of a different age, different group, different race, different occupation, and different areas of life. I do hope this helps. And again, Don't forget to like, follow, and share us on Facebook, Instagram. Give us your comments. We're on LinkedIn too. And the book is Masonic Maturity Through Scripture. It will take you from out in the rain with the masses and bring you into and through King Solomon's temple, telling you what you're supposed to learn at each step of the way, at each degree. That's what we do as Masons. At Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, it is always our intent to elevate those that we see, meet, and talk to. I thank you for your time.